go ahead and start with our detailed Podium post-race interviews. We're joined by the entire Podium. We're going to start first. Quick opening statement from our third place team. Think co-drive Action Express Corvette DP, number 5, Terry Rochelle. David, Terry, give us a quick opener about the run today.
Well, I think it was a tough race. Mid-Ohio always is, and put on a good show at the end. The starting stint for me was it was a good opener. I got caught out with some oil and had a spin, and then I got caught behind some traffic, and that made life a little difficult for the rest of the stint. But it worked out in the end. We got the yellows at the right time, and the team did a really good job turning the pit stops over. And David obviously did a good job at the end. So we were there, but really our guys with the stops was the saving grace for us. They did a really good job, and we got positions every time we came in, so it was great for us.
Can you tell us about that closing stint?
Well, I think we're all kind of in agreement after that last yellow flag. There was so much pickup on the tires that I thought I had 4 flat tires. It took about 2 laps for them to clean up, and these 2 guys checked out, and I barely hung on for third. And Ryan Dial, he was kind to me, even though he got into me. He could have just drove right through me, and he didn't. And we tried to race forward. Once my tires were clean, I could check out from them, but these guys were no way I could catch them. So we were good on open track. I seemed to struggle when I got to traffic. So it is what it is. We made something better than I thought we'd make out of this race. So I don't think we had anything for the 90 car. They seemed to be in a class of their own from the beginning of the race.
All right, our second place team today, they co-drive number 01, Telex BMW Riley, 2-time reigning DP Series champions. Memo Rojas and Scott Pruitt. Memo, you're first. Tell us about your stint today and overall.
Well, I think we're pretty happy with how the race turned out, because we really struggled yesterday. We didn't have the spin. We've been struggling in qualifying quite a bit this season, and we did really aggressive changes with the setup of the car for today, and you know, it paid off. We started to get a good pace in warm up, and we made some improvements, and I think we had a good balance in the race. I don't think we had the quickest car, but we have a car we could race with, and obviously challenge for a podium and perhaps a win. The 90 car was probably one of the quickest out there, and it was hard to beat. But I think Scott did a great job there in the end. I gave the car to Scott in 3rd place after making up a few places, but then he did a really good pass, and he can tell you the rest.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely pleased with the finish. You know, it's just incredible, the races we've had within Grand-Am this year. I mean, it's a fight to the finish without a doubt, and certainly there along the way is any number of different contacts on the side, front, doors, whatever the case might be. But it was all pretty, for the most part, it was all just good, hard racing. And you know, Telmex BMW ran. I mean, it ran good. We had a good race car. We dedicate this race to Trevor Montgomery. Unfortunately, his mother died last night, and so he had to leave our fueler. And John Hannick, our engineer, stepped in. It was pretty tragic. It was a surprise. It was a pretty sad day last night for the team, and our hearts and prayers go out to him. And we're glad that we were able to come home and get some points and get a good solid finish.
The co-driver is number 90, Spirit of Daytona Racing, Corvette DP, Richard Westbrook, Michael Valente. Second win of the year for the team. They won at Barber Motorsports Park earlier this year. Second all-time win in DP for the team. And Michael, a little bit of history today. We've never had a DP street tuner double, but we've had it today. So maybe you could start off and tell us about this day you had.
What's that?
I raced an ST today.
Oh.
I mean, there's not much I can say. I was extremely pleased with, you know, winning this morning in the ST class, because the team I've been running with all year have been working really hard and took it basically from a midfield car, and we brought it all the way up to race-winning car today. So in terms of ST, the team I drove for did a fantastic job, the Hart team, and going into the prototype race, you know, Richard and I have been talking about how much we wanted to win this race, and you know, we knew we'd have a good car here, but I was optimistic just to be on the podium, you know, coming back and just doing a handful of races. So to get out front and, you know, maintain that position almost throughout the whole entire race, I just had my fingers crossed that nothing was going to go wrong, because it was almost too good to be true.
Richard, second win of the year, held off Scott at the end. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great run for everyone at Chevrolet. We seem to be, you know, really got around this new car, and it's amazing that we're doing so well with such a new car. You know, for us, it was a big day for us. You know, Detroit was heartbreaking for everyone in the team, and you know, it was really important that we put it right today. Didn't make any mistakes. You know, everyone says we had the best car. Yeah, we had a very, very good car, but it was probably a little bit tougher than it looked. We got the gaps at the right time, but we could never really pull out, you know, into safety. And then when the safety car came out at the end, it was, you know, Scott had a lot. And, you know, I was pretty relieved to see the checkered flag. But I just want to say thanks to everyone at Chevy, everyone at Spirit of Daytona, and a big thanks to my teammate who really put us in a strong position today.
Thanks for that. We'll take questions for GP Podium.
Oh, can I say thanks to EMCO as well for sponsoring this event, and we've got an EMCO gearbox, so cheers guys.
Absolutely. Tim, go ahead.
Yeah, Scott, on your, you made your move, you know, that everybody saw coming there on number 10, and just talk about that move, and then also on the restart, did you think you had a shot? I mean, Richard seemed to get off to a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, in a 10 car, he's pretty classic about wanting to just shut any door that's out there. We were going down a back straight, had to run on him. He came, you know, basically from the left side of the track to the right side of the track, blocking me, but he left a lane up the inside. I don't think he realized he did, and I just continued on straight up the inside. We had a little bit of contact going into turn 3, but no big deal, and then I guess all hell broke loose behind me. So, you know, it's just one of those things where you know, I just, you know, you kind of get what you pay for. So, and then at the end, I mean, we had so much tire pickup, and I think everybody was fighting the same thing. We weren't really sure what the car was going to do when we got into turn 1 or turn 2. We wanted to charge real hard, and at the same time, we were thinking about points because it was a big points day for us. So I wanted to push real hard. I wanted to try and, you know, see if I could, you know, make the move, but. You know, I could kind of get there, but I couldn't make a move. I mean, it was just good. It was just good hard racing. I mean, it was what I said earlier. I mean, it's been phenomenal, the races we've had this year, and I mean, you can throw a blanket over so many of these cars, and you know, there is a little bit of scraping and banging and hard racing, but it's you know, David and I had some good hard racing out there, but it was just good hard racing, and I think that's what the fans got to see today.
More questions?
Michael, have you ever had a day like today where you went 2 races, 5 hours of racing?
Only in go-karts.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
Mr. Westbrook, do I understand correctly that this is the first season at all that you've been in prototype racing?
Yes, that's correct.
And you've got 2 wins already. I mean, what does that do to you mentally?
Well, it makes me feel pretty good. I don't know what to say. Yeah, you know, I feel good.
Are you asking for a raise?
Well, you've raised that point. That's probably not a bad idea. That.
Okay, now in Barber Motorsports Park,
Yeah.
you got your first win.
Yeah.
With Antonio Garcia.
Yep.
You had your second win with Michael Valiente. Now, who do you race with for the next one?
Well, yeah. I'm not. Don't lead me down that road. No, Michael did a great job this weekend, and you know, we're going to miss him. And but you know, we'll welcome Antonio back. And I'm trying to be diplomatic now. No, they're both great teammates. I'm really lucky to have them both.
More questions?
Yeah, Richard, talk about that, number 1. First, Michael, talk about all of a sudden the Gainesville car slows in front of you, and what were you thinking right there?
I mean, I was putting pressure on them, but even before that had happened, so it looked like their car was fading little by little, and I thought we'd have an opportunity to to challenge them anyways. So when he went wide there, I wasn't sure exactly what went wrong, but I was able to slip by, and I guess they had an electrical issue there that crept up on them. But they definitely were quick toward the end of the race, but for the first half there, I felt that we had a really good car, and I could put pressure on them and possibly have gotten by.
And Richard, talk about the restart there, with Scott on your tail, and he's had a hell of a run, and what are you thinking? And
well, I mean,
seemed to get a really good jump off the carousel.
Yeah, I mean, it was really important because, as Scott said, you just have no idea what the car's going to do in turn one. It's amazing with these tyres. I mean, they're great tyres, but they really lose a lot of temp behind the safety car. And the pickup as well, which was made worse by the safety car just driving offline. So gonna need to have a word with him about. I mean, he just brings so much crap on the track, and it just goes straight on our tyres. So turn one was horrible. The first lap was horrible, but I looked in my mirror. Like David said, I felt like I had 4 flat tyres. But I could see Scott had the same problem, and he was quick at the end. I didn't have much more. Like I said, it probably looked easier than it was, but it was very, very tough out there. I didn't really have anything else at the end.
Sherry Herman, Continental Tire for Scott. You've made a lot of laps around this track. It's relatively challenging on tires. Aside from the pickup issues, under caution, how did the tires handle today?
This was by far our best race so far, in my view, with the consistency and durability of Continental Tire. And that's kind of followed through from last year too. We actually double standed a set of tires last year. If we had to be in that position, we probably could have done the same thing this year. I didn't really see the degradation, as we ran. So I was very pleased. I thought they performed very well.
Thank you.
More questions? All right.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.